Hey, welcome back everyone, Toys is here, and I'm back yet again with yet another Ninja Turtle video. Today, we're gonna kind of be playing catch-up here to a few turtle items from NECA Toys that have kind of fallen to the wayside, but we gotta cover them proper. First and foremost, we have the TMNT II, the Secret of the Ooze accessory pack. On the back side, you get to see all the wonderful photos utilizing all the accessories for this accessory set. You can kind of read up on them if you'd like. And then, yes, you get to see all the various concoctions of all the various photos that you could take using the accessories. There's everyone involved with the creation of this accessory box, so thank you very much for that. And then over on the video game side, for Turtles in Time, we have the prior released a few years ago. They did the first Loot Crates NECA team up, and I never got the Shell Shock Turtle, but a little Christmas gift, which I'm just now opening, but very appreciative of it. It's amazing. Very happy to basically complete my Turtles in Time collection. Here's everyone involved with the creation of this figure, so thank you very much for that. But the big one, of course, is the giant TMNT II, The Secret of the Ooze VHS box sets. And the art and the photos and the total recreation is totally there. Front and, of course, back, made to look like the old VHS tape that, well, everyone had if you grew up with these movies, right? You can read up on all the turtles. Very cool. Here's everyone involved with the creation of said turtles, and a special thank you, because right there, go Ninja, go grab these turtles. They're going to look nice, nice baby in your collection. I got a little quote on the back of this box, and I am so friggin' stoked. This is like the greatest thing ever. I'm so appreciative. Thank you, NECA Toys, for having me be a part. And of course, congrats to Nick Wood as well from the Fwoosh. She's got the top quote right there. But man, oh man, to have this in my collection, I got a big smile going on my face. But that being said, I'm not going to open this. This is going right in my collection, top shelf. It'll always be a memory of the Turtles. It's the exact same Turtles basic situation if you got the Walmart 2-pack sets, which I already have, which will be in this video, so not to worry. And I love the way it just looks next to the old VHS tape that I had since I was a kid. It's amazing. Absolutely so appreciative. So thank you to everyone who watches my videos, who subscribes on Instagram, yada, yada, all that good stuff, because, well, thank you. You're the reason why I get to put a little quote on the back of a NECA Toys TMNT box. Man, am I stoked on that. But in the meantime, we're going to talk about some turtles here. So we got the Turtles in Time Shell Shock Turtle, and we have the TMNT II Secret of the Ooze accessory sets by NECA Toys. Let's open them up. And while I got all you accessories here, I just want to say thanks so much for always checking out my TMNT videos. Again, well, you're the reason I get to be on a TMNT action figure box. Isn't that cool? But if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. Old Toys, New Toys, daily news updates. Guarantee you'll find something here that you like. So we're going to just jump right into this guy right here. This is the Shell Shock Turtle. There's not a whole lot to him. He does come with some extra hands, gripping hands, so you can put the TMNT weapons in there if you'd like. It's the standard video game, cartoon, TMNT body, except he's got this really cool shell-shocked mouth going to him. I love the simplicity of it. It's exactly just, you get it? Same exact articulation. I'm not going to go into that. But he does glow in the dark, and amongst the glow in the darkness, he's got some black, but nothing on the back of the shell. I wish they would have maybe done something more with that. But again, basic articulation. He's got the screaming head on him, which looks kind of weird. If you didn't know what this was, you'd be like, what is this, like a knockoff or something like that? But it's cool, except that I wish that he had some kind of stand to kind of elevate him, right? To do that whole shell shock in the midst of the air. But go ahead, turn the lights off, and he glows fairly decent. It's like a whitish green glow. It's not the super glow that kind of Super 7 does with their turtles. It's not quite NECA's Mutagen Man. It's kind of somewhere in between. Now, it glows enough, but it's a really cool shell-shocked turtle, and he does go well in the totality of all the other Turtles in Time figures. So if that's it for the Turtles in Time, which I really hope it's not, it's a really great line, totally, but I'm hoping that they continue on with it, do more enemies, do all kinds of video games like Armageddon, for instance. So now we're going to get into the accessory set. man, oh man, there's a lot of stuff in this accessory set. We're going to be here a little bit, right? We'll try to make it under 15 minutes. But yeah, there is a ton of stuff. If you're a photographer, if you love setting up action figure dioramas, this will probably be for you. Like, first and foremost, you get an old payphone. And I love that this is in the box. Look at that right there. You can put a little push pin, slide it down like old school Toy Biz Marvel Legend figures, right? And the phone goes on there just like that. The cord, you're going to kind of have to fidget with it. It does it enough. I was in Washington a few months ago. There's a whole line of payphones. Hadn't seen payphones in a while, and I put my finger in the first one right there and pulled out a quarter. Just like my grandfather told me to do, right? That's so cool. But I digress. It's a nice little accessory for the old TMNT accessory set. And then you have the potato chips, and you have ripple chips. Careful, they're ruffled. But the packaging is great. You got little barcodes, you got all the nutritional information, yada, yada. There's not a whole lot to these. They're basically just, it's a baggie, right? It's made to look like potato chips, but it totally does the trick. And then you have this old school computer, which again, the level of detail and then the level of paint that they put into this, I mean, look at this thing. I used to do typing class on these types of computers. But like all the little buttons, some of them are gray. You got like a really yellowy cream, right, to the whole computer setup. That's what those things looked like back in the day. I wouldn't be surprised, right, looking at this thing, like, you know, the only thing is missing are the wires, right? If you had the wires and everything else, and to kind of look at this and go, man, NECA totally would put in a button that would eject a floppy disk, right? But the front screen is a sticker. It's a little crooked, if you couldn't tell. It doesn't really bother me. It's okay for what it is. And then you have two big sippy cups, which I totally had some form variation of these cups when I was a little kid. One of them's got a straw. Looks like there's Coca-Cola or something in there. So very cool. Pepsi-Cola, whatever you drink. And then you got a chocolate bar, right? That's nice to see. Kind of lead in Token Razar somewhere with that. That's cool. And then you got two scrub brushes. The lengths that they go to just to have accuracy to the movie, right? That's pretty cool. And then you get a really cool snapping turtle, which is basically the post-mutation of Toka, you would say, or pre-mutation. You get it both ways, whatever. But it's a nicely decoed snapping turtle. He does have, well, it looks like he has mouth articulation, right? Jaw, but mine's stuck or it only goes up so high. One of the two. But the head will rotate. So that's good enough for me. It just kind of sits there and looks at you all snappy turtle-ish. And then you got the other half of Razar, which is just a dog. So that's cool. He's a little bit of a hollow pup, but he does the trick. He's painted nicely. The head will move. It's exactly just the scene when they look over and they're already demutated. And then there's the dog and the snapping turtle right there. He does the trick. Good boy. And you got this really cool suitcase with all these stickers on there. Very fine crafted stickers. You know who you are. But this totally reminds me of the suitcase that I actually own. I have a traveling old school suitcase, which I use, and I put stickers all over it. So this was a really nice surprise, number one. And I love the fact there's a little handle, and you can carry it around and have the turtles carry it, and it opens up too. Go ahead and open it this way. Go slow. And then you get to see all the old straps in there. Very accurate, right? That yellowish tone. Pick up one of these at a thrift store. I tell you, I picked up mine about 15 years ago. Man, it's a sweet suitcase. Anyways, you got a pizza box, right? Very cool. You got a little guy throwing a pizza, and the box is nice. It's actually made out of cardboard, so that's kind of cool. And I totally thought this sticker was the same one on the pizza box, but it's not. A little bit different. But you go ahead, it opens up, and you got grease stains, and you got 4 slices of pizza for your 4 Ninja Turtles, which is perfect. And I love the way that looks, right? It's very cool. Nice toppings, nice crust, right? It's nicely well done. It's a New York crust. Of course it's going to be good. And I love all the little grease stains and the cut marks inside the box. They nailed it. See, that's the attention to detail that you expect from NECA Toys, especially when taking photos, especially when setting up dioramas. If only there was some grease on the bottom, that would be even better. Nice pizza box. And then you got a piece of paper that's got all this different graphics and stuff on it. It's got Ninja Rap is Born, of course. And then many kind of photos in the write-up, like it's supposed to be like a little newspaper. There's not much to it. Just be careful with it. It's a nice little touch. And then you have the bow staff mop, basically, right? With Donatello. And there's mops on either end. Nice. Totally works. This part is flat, so let's see if it stands up on its own. There you go. Yeah, totally does, right? That's awesome. And then you have the top part where you see it's kind of hanging down. Gravity's gotten to it. And then you have a really cool keytar, which is awesome. I totally thought this might have been an instrument that came with the rock and roll turtles. No, it's brand new. Got all the keys are painted, all the little buttons are painted, the backside, got the strap to it. That's awesome. That's a beautifully recreated, small, let's say 1/12-ish scale keytar. Nicely done. Who would have thunk it, right? And then you have the fedora, you could kind of say, right? It's very nice. You even got the little punched out hole in the back like it shows in the movie. The little bandanas can fit in there too, but overall very nice. Looks weathered. That's cool. That's a nice hat, like a Frank Sinatra hat. And then finally, we're getting to the actual turtle accessories. You've got an extra head portrait for Donnie, one for Leo. One of these days, NECA is going to have to do the first movie where that, if you freeze frame it just right, and Donatello opens his mouth, and you can see the actor inside smiling. It's the stuff of nightmares. But that would be an amazing head portrait, just saying. Nicely painted, nicely decorated. They got the spots everywhere. As with two head portraits for Raphael. One of them's got the tape over his mouth, and of course the other one's more of an open mouth. And I did notice the red on these is a little bit different than the Secret of the Ooze standard head portrait with the bandanas. These ones are a little bit darker, and the regular head that came with the prior, just regular figure, is a little bit lighter in tone. And then you have one head portrait for Michelangelo. Very just solemn head, nothing much going on behind the eyes. One of those. But still, all the head portraits are cool. And it's always nice to have an accessory set with those, along with a bucket of popcorn. You have a nice silver bowl. You got some popcorn in there. I'm sure there's salt and butter. And this is my favorite by far. TGRI canister, little crack in it, and it splits open. That is rad. If they would have put like some little puddle that you could attach underneath it and that part glowed, that would be even cooler. Just saying, maybe later down the lines we could do that. But then inside this little bag of the last accessories, let's see, it's all taped up. And I'm pretty sure I know what this is. Oh, yeah. Okay, so these are... I like that they did it this way. These are two aprons from the movie, right? You got the pink one that Mikey wears. You got the other one, the purple one for Donnie. And that's really cool. Nice patterns, nicely put together. Cloth goods. Got little straps at the back to tie it all down. That's a pretty good accessory set, right? Not too shabby. And then, of course, the crowning achievement of this accessory set is all the wonderful photos that you can take as a result. With all the hilariously awesome accessories, the food. The food is always very cool for action figures. Though on the back, you see Raphael with the tape on his mouth. It's tied up to like a wooden post with rope. None of that's in the box. You just get the head with the tape. I'm assuming that it's just like, hey, you can do this. But it's on the box. I would have liked the rope to have been in there. Just saying. But it's not listed on the back of the box in terms of all the accessories. But it's still pretty fun. I mean, do you get to accessorize your TMNT? And I particularly like this. Leo holding the suitcase, fedora, all that. Yeah, this is a nice little accessory set. I'll give it to him. And then, of course, if you want to use a few of these with token Razar, little mutagen spill, boom, and they go back to normal. So you got the snapping turtle and the dog. Looks exactly like how it is in the movie, right? Very cool. So that will wrap it up for my look at the, well, it was kind of brand new, just a month or two off. This is the TMNT II, the Secret of the Ooze accessory pack by NECA Toys. And if you were wondering, yes, you could put some of the accessories inside the suitcase. And we also took a look at the video game Turtles in Time, the Shell Shock Turtle, which is also awesome. But you've heard my thoughts, and now I'm curious to know yours. Comment below. Let me know. Let's talk everything NECA Toys TMNT. And I'm going to leave you guys with that. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember, like I said over and over, thank you so much to everyone who takes the time, watches my videos, comments, and we get into good conversations talking about all kinds of crazy Ninja Turtle toys, right? Couldn't ask for anything better. I really appreciate it. And when we do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.